of the player list screen. Here are where, from a default standpoint, all of the available players, and you'll see that in the status line, are listed. And they're usually listed as to the projected, or not projected, but actually, because this is listed as stats, the most number of points that they have earned to the lowest number of points. But you can change the stats to projections. And if you were wanting to know what the projection is for week 14, which is what it would default to, the week that is in play right now, you could see that list again in order from high to low. Or if you wanted to see for the rest of the season, which is the last thing, you could take that out. Or week 15, if you're in the playoffs. Week 16, if you're still in the playoffs. Or week 17, if you're there for the last week. Now, this is for all available players, but if you're curious about all players, you can go at the top, change that to all players, and you can have the same thing. You can get a feel for who is projected to be the best player in week 14, and you can even find out who owns them. What they're supposed to do, of course. You can do the same thing as we did for the rest of the season or for any week. Okay? Now this is really how you get players. When you need a player, this is the screen where you, again, as it defaults, are all available players. This is the screen where you find what players are available. Now, players are available in two different ways. They're either free agents, which is what FA stands for, or they're on waiver. And waiver is designated by a W, and it also tells you the date that that person comes off of waivers and becomes a free agent. Now, what is the difference? A free agent you can pick up immediately. So let's say that I wanted Andy Dalton. I see where Andy's on a buy. I would go over here and I would click on the plus sign. It would then take me to my player to drop on my team. And let's say that I would drop, let's see, who would I buy? I don't want to drop some. I don't actually want to do it simply because if I do click this, then that person goes over there. But you would click on a button next to that player, and then at the bottom, you would hit continue, and then that player would fill in, would reverse. I mean, they would get from that list, would come on your team, and then that player would go on the list. They would go onto the waiver list first. They have to be in waivers for 2 days. That's why you saw the date there. Now, there are certain players where I can't drop. Like I can't drop Jalen Hurts. You see that that designation there is undroppable player. And the NFL.com makes those designations. I do not do that, nor do any of the other league commissioners do that. That is all done internally at this website. So that's how you get a player. Now, once you receive a player, if you took someone out of your starting lineup, you would have to go back and then move that player from your bench up to your starting lineup. And again, be sure and hit submit after that was done. So let's go back to the players area again. And again, it defaults to all available players. So let's do that. You can sort these players also by position. Here, it defaults to all that's on the offense, but you could sort it by quarterback, by running back, wide receiver, our flex position that we have, kicker, or defense. So this is a great um, um, location to learn about players. So let's go back and let's just pick a player. The name of the player hyperlinks to a little bit about him. Also, it talks about, you'll see, we'll give stats, what he's done, yards, rushing, receiving, points for the week, etc. An analysis, even videos if you want to see him play. So there is really a lot of information on this player list. And hopefully this overview of the player list has been helpful. Thank you.